Thank you, Dr. Harris. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank Dr. Harris for this time this evening, and to all of our strong colleagues who are standing with us today for the Constitution and for the sanctity of human life. You know, Psalm 127 says, "Children are a heritage from the Lord and a reward from him." And for most women, of course, finding out they're pregnant is certainly a beautiful moment in their life. Often it's an answer to years of prayer. However, of course, there are times when the heavy responsibility of carrying a child can bring uncertainty. That's why the work of thousands of pro-life pregnancy centers throughout our nation is so vital. Hundreds of thousands of women have sought the guidance and the services of these pregnancy centers nationwide, and they've been embraced and supported with unconditional love and care throughout their entire pregnancies. These centers serve the woman, the child, and their whole families. You know, there are more than 6 pregnancy care centers in Louisiana's 4th Congressional District. That's my district. From the Community Care Center, the Northwest Louisiana Crisis Pregnancy Center, and Mary's House in the northern part of our district, to the Community Pregnancy Center, the New Life Crisis Pregnancy Center, and the Sinlaw Pregnancy Center in the south part of our district. These centers, they work day in and day out to serve our communities. I know these folks well. They are selfless servants down in the trenches. Over the past 2 decades, I've provided pro bono legal services to almost all of these centers and many more around the country, and I've often defended their causes in court because I believe so very strongly in what they do. They save lives, and they provide critical care, like performing ultrasounds and counseling services and parenting classes and so much more, and they do this at zero cost to the persons who are receiving these vital services. They also do it with zero federal funding, by the way, and they save their clients and taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. As fathers and mothers and sisters, brothers and friends, I think members of Congress have to stand with these pregnancy care centers throughout our districts. And we ought to support these women and their children and their families, especially in times as precious as pregnancy when they need us most. As Dr. Harris mentioned, on the 20th, my former colleagues at the Alliance Defending Freedom will stand before the U.S. Supreme Court, and they will argue on behalf of the National Institute of Family and Life Advocates and its affiliated pregnancy centers in California. All of us ask and expect the High Court to protect the freedom of speech, not just for pregnancy care centers, but for anyone who would be forced by the government to speak a message that contradicts their sincerely held beliefs. It is absolutely absurd for the state of California to try to force pro-life centers to provide information on abortion services. The outcome of this case could not only affect the freedom of speech for every American, it could save countless innocent lives. This is a pivotal moment in our nation's history, and we pray the court will uphold our fundamental liberty, the sanctity of every single human life, and the best of our American traditions. With that, I respect